guys, welcome back to my channel. This is a requested video and I thought the topic was really good and a great way to get a conversation getting started. And it is asking what my opinion is on using leather and wool. The reason that is a really great topic in my opinion is because a lot of people, when they go plant-based, maybe they're not thinking about what their closet entails and the choices that they make regarding fashion and things like that. And believe me, I have a long way to go, but I've also come a long way. So I just want to share with you my personal opinion on wearing leather and wool and things of that sort. So as much as I can, I try to be vegan in all areas of my life. However, I'm not perfect. And I don't know if you guys follow Fully Raw Christina or saw all that drama about people like completely just killing her over having a pair of shoes that had leather on them. She does so much for awareness of a healthy diet and raw food, and I just can't believe how people just threw her under the bus over one pair of shoes, to the point where she had to do a video showing her entire closet and that only like 4% or 1% of her closet had animal products in it. So I hope that this video doesn't incur any types of attacks because really, like, we all have areas in our lives that we well, none of us are perfect in any area of our life, and if you look to someone to be perfect, you're gonna be disappointed. So all that to say, I am so not perfect, but I'm definitely every day trying to make better decisions about the things that I use on a day-to-day basis, I wear, how I treat people. Aren't we all just trying to be better people in general? Like, that's the point of life. Okay, with that being said, once I became vegan, I did realize that, oh, I have a leather jacket, I have leather boots, I have leather heels, I have a leather-bound Bible, I have so many things that had leather on them. My personal philosophy on it, as with anything, once you realize that you're either in the wrong about something or you're doing something that is causing either another person harm or an animal harm, or you're contributing to some kind of industry that you don't want to contribute to anymore, once you kind of open your eyes to something, then stop. Stop contributing, stop putting your money towards that thing. When you go to buy your next purse, don't buy a leather one. When you go to buy your next pair of shoes, don't get leather shoes. When you go to buy a next jacket, make sure that it doesn't have geese feathers in it or that it's not leather. But the thing is that we're constantly just on the journey towards making everything better. And if you have things in your closet that you've had for a long time or you have an attachment to and you don't want to get rid of, then I say don't get rid of it. The damage has been done already. I know that sounds really horrible and harsh, but you're not contributing to future damage being done, and you're actually stopping because your voice is your dollar. So for me personally, when I realized that I did have all these leather goods in my closet, I thought, okay, what am I gonna do? I don't feel comfortable with that anymore. And so for me, personally, I decided that I wanted to sell a few things that I did have. And the way that I did that is I sold some at Buffalo Exchange, I sold some at Plato's Closet, and then what I didn't sell, I donated either to people who liked them and I knew that they liked them. Like, for example, there was a Michael Kors purse, which I used to be obsessed with Michael Kors purses, and I really liked it, but I just kept thinking that I was wearing a cow under my arm and it was disturbing to me. And I knew that my mom liked the purse, so I gave it to my mom. Does that make her a bad person? No, of course not. I gave some things to my sister. So I decided to slowly but surely get rid of those things and either give them away or sell them. And now, for example, I have a purse that's probably not the most fashionable, but it certainly is vegan and it's actually really functional, and I don't know if that's just me getting older and I'm not caring, but I like to think that it is because I care about what I'm using as my bag. So no judgment to you if you still have the leather purse, no judgment at all. There's a lot of like pleather purses out there and they're getting cuter. They're getting more fashionable. For a while there, they were hideous, but they are getting better. So there's definitely some places to look for things like that. Or there's fabric bags as well, which I actually really love this fabric bag that I have from Lululemon because I can just throw it in the washing machine. The thing that always bothered me about leather purses is that they get gross and you can't do anything about it. You just have to leave it like it is, and I don't like things to be too dirty. Okay, regarding shoes, I have very little shoes, so this was not a huge deal for me. I got rid of maybe a couple pairs of heels, and I will show you now what I have. These boots are my absolute favorite boots. I bought these in 2012. They are synthetic. They are not leather, and they've really held up really well. They probably do need to say goodbye sometime soon, but I love my blue boot, and it is not leather. Another boot that I wear often that is synthetic as well, but has really stretched to the point where it kind of looks worn in, is this little boot, and it's not leather and it works just fine. These heels are basically my only pair of heels right now. They're synthetic and basically all I need, and they work just fine. They're in fashion and they're not leather. The one thing I'm not 100% sure on, I should probably take a look on the Nike website, are my sneakers. I don't know if this part right here is leather. It doesn't feel like leather. It actually feels rather plasticky. But that's one area that I'm not 100% sure about. But I do exercise a lot, and I'm probably going to keep buying Nikes. I know that sounds bad, especially if you know all of the horrible treatment of the workers and all of that you can get into just a rabbit hole of all the horrible injustice that's going around the world. But I'm probably still gonna wear Nikes. So that's just my own personal call. And then something that I did forget actually that I do have as leather, and I really don't see a way around this, is shoes that I wear for work. So these are dance shoes, and for sure these are leather because they stretch. These are Capezios, and I can't not have shoes on for work, and I need the proper footwear. So that is something that is leather that I do have, and that I will unfortunately have to keep purchasing. So I guess the bottom line is, where I can make a personal choice to change, I do. And if I can't get around it, then I don't. And I'm not going to beat myself up over it and get hung up on it. But I am making all the right changes that I can make at this point in my life. And when you know better, you do better. And when you can do better, then you do better than that. And that's all I have to say about this. So I really don't think it's ever beneficial to beat another person up for where they're at. I think that you can tell them about something and it will either click a light bulb on for them or it won't. They will ask you more questions or they will avoid you. One of the two. This is the way it is with everything in life. You all know this, and that's the way it is when it comes to leather and wool. And as far as wool, I don't have anything wool, so that doesn't really even come into a factor at all. I think most of like the sweaters that I have are just synthetic material. None of them are wool, which is actually better because it's not really itchy at all. So regarding clothes and fashion and sustainable fashion and things like that, I can tell you I have a lot to learn. The shirts from H&M, and I know that that's not the best. I understand there's a lot of injustice going on in the fashion industry with fast fashion and everything like that. And I also understand that I only make so much money every month, and I need to choose wisely where I spend that money. For me, food is a very important part of that. Nutrition is a very important part of that. The things that I put on my face and the makeup, that it would be cruelty-free, is very important. And I'm growing towards the fashion place, but I'm not 100% there yet. And I just want to be completely honest with you guys. If you're there and ethical fashion is your jam, good for you. I'm really tip my hat off to you, because that's just another area where you can really make a difference in the things that are going on in the world today. So this has been a really long video, but just wanted to tell you just shortly where my stance is on leather and wool. And yeah, avoid as much as you can, and what you can't avoid, deal with until you can avoid it. Okay, let's talk down below. What are your thoughts on leather and wool? And, you know, let's not condemn each other either. Okay, see you next time. Bye.